The NBA draft process was, I feel like it was really good for me. I did it with the intentions of coming back, but I really just went to, get some feedback and see where I was at with like other guys that was going to be staying in the draft. And, it was good for me to just get feedback from the teams, knew what I needed to work on, what I need to improve on and stuff like that for this next upcoming year.
What are the main things you're going to emphasize after going through that?
Definitely shooting and just trying to get my weight up, actually, just get more stronger so I could play more physical and stuff like that.
Do you have a desired weight in mind?
Probably like around 220, 225. Around like 220. 225 is a bit much, but like 220.
That's my desired weight too.
Yeah.
How much has your role changed? I mean, you come in fairly fresh to basketball, and you come into a Division I program, and now you're kind of the dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice, it's cool and all, but main focus, like when I went, especially like at the NBA draft, like the feedback wasn't, we need you to score more or, do stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm definitely just want to make sure I'm still here being a team player, even though I might be the quote-unquote guy or whatnot. I just, still want to come here and play team basketball and, help my team win.
You mentioned team basketball, but how has it come along? Obviously, you guys got some new guys in the fold. What's it been like working with them and as you guys are getting ready to go on this overseas trip?
It's been really good working with the new guys. We got a lot of new talent. I feel like we have more depth. I think Coach trying to get like 2 more guys, but I think we'll be really good. Going into Israel, because we've still been figuring stuff out, working on playing together and stuff like that. But I think we'll be pretty good.
What's it been like? I mean, different this summer as opposed to last summer when you guys have not nearly as many guys as you do now on the roster. You said you still look for 2 more guys, but I mean, you hardly had enough to go 5-on-5, and now you actually have obviously a full team. What's it been like this summer as opposed to last summer? It's
been definitely better. We played a lot of pickup games like early on because we had more guys here, so that's been good. But the chemistry that we've been building, like we do a lot of stuff on the weekends and just hang out with each other a lot. So I feel like the chemistry is pretty good. So I think that helps.
Quan, what was it like playing against the DJ Johnsons and the Dean Wades of the world? Did you enjoy that experience?
Most definitely. It was good. Those are the older guys. They're in the places that we want to be at, and so it was good to pick their brains and ask them questions and just compete against them. That was really good for us.
How much? It's a hard question, I guess. How much stronger do you feel like you are now as opposed to like when the season ended last?
Definitely feel like I'm stronger mentally and physically. Just because, I've been trying to hit the weight room a lot. Still working on, like, gaining the weight, but definitely been working.
What's your impressions of Columbus so far?
Columbus?
Arthur?
Kaluma?
Oh, that's my guy. Yeah. I actually worked out with him with the Celtics. Yeah, so my first workout was with the Spurs. And then from the Spurs, so I went from San Antonio to Boston, and yeah, he was in Boston. Yeah. So me and him worked out together, and like we was just talking and stuff like that about like schools, stuff like that. Cause I was telling him that I was going back. He was telling me that he was transferring, and it's so crazy too because we transferred. So after the workout in Boston, me and him got on the same flight to go work out for the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, so he worked out with the Nets the next day. I had a day off. I worked out the following day, and so we was just talking and stuff like that, and he was telling me about K-State and stuff, and it's crazy now that me and him are now teammates.
How does he fit into what you guys are doing, would you say?
He fits really good. He's versatile. He's about 6'7", 6'8", and he can put on the floor. He can shoot it well, defend, and so I think he helps a lot. And that's my roommate too. So yeah.
Good roommate?
Yeah, what's that?
How many NBA teams did you end up working out for?
I worked out with 7. So I worked out with the Spurs, the Celtics, the Nets, and then I had like a week off, and then I went, I think like the Hornets, Jazz, Bucks, and in Portland, Trailblazers, yeah.
Was there ever any thought that, hey, maybe you kind of like this and maybe I'm not going to come back to school? Did that ever cross your mind?
No, I definitely did because a lot of my workouts went pretty good. So that was definitely a thought. But I just felt like, one more year wouldn't hurt, especially, I'm new to like this whole basketball. So I'm like, well, one more year is not going to hurt. So.
What about Tyler Perry? What's kind of stood out to you about him since you started playing with him?
Tyler Perry, it's so crazy too with Tyler Perry. I played against Tyler Perry like 3 years ago when me and him were in JUCO.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we was both in JUCO. We played in Hutchinson, Kansas in the Final Four in the tournament. Me and him played against each other, and they beat us, and they ended up winning the whole JUCO national tournament that year when he was with Coffeyville. And so it's crazy to see now that we're teammates. But Tyler Perry's been pretty good. He's been really good since he came here. He can shoot it really well, very crafty, really good point guard, really good leader too, as well.
How hard has it been for the freshmen, or have they adapted pretty quickly, or somewhere in the middle?
I think the freshmen have adapted pretty well. I mean, us as some of the guys returning, we've try to welcome them with open arms. We bring them everywhere. Try to get them, try to get them familiar with some of the concepts before we even started practice. Like when we was doing the pickups. No problem. But when we was doing the pickups, I feel like we was getting them, familiar with some of the concepts and stuff like that. And so I feel like our freshmen will be really good.
When you first heard about the trip to the Middle East, what did you think about it?
I was like, wow, that's gonna be a long flight. Yeah, most definitely. I was like, that's gonna be a long flight. 12 hours is insane. I'm like, wow, I don't even know what I'm gonna do for 12 hours. But I definitely. It's gonna be wonderful, to go out to Israel. I mean, never been out there. I was never even been a thing on my bucket list, but definitely gonna be cool to go out there and then go to Abu Dhabi. That's gonna be cool. So blessed, just blessed to travel like this. People come from where I come from. We don't really get to travel a lot, so that'd definitely be cool.